What is going on, guys? It's Modded Warfare here. Welcome back to another PS4 tutorial. So in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you guys how to install older game updates for your PS4 games. Now this works on any PS4 firmware version. As you can see, I'm on version 7.02, system software version 7.02 on my retail PS4. But as you can see on Black Ops 3, if I go to information, I'm on version 1.26. which is not the latest update for Call of Duty Black Ops 3. The latest update from when I'm recording this video is 1.33, but I'm on 1.26 on Black Ops 3. So you can use this method to install any older game updates onto your PS4 games. So you might want to do this for many different reasons. If you just have a retail PS4, then this is useful so that you can maybe access some content that was removed from the game in a future update. You can go back to the older update so that you can access that content again. Maybe some kind of holiday update that retextured certain parts of the game and you can go back and access that again. Or maybe there's some glitches or bugs that you used to exploit on older versions that were patched in newer versions. You can go back to those older updates to exploit those glitches again. Any of that kind of stuff. Also, if you have a jailbroken PS4 and a retail PS4, then you can LAN play with the games now. So you can host like a modded game on your 5.05 PS4 and join it on your retail PS4 over LAN play by downgrading your game update on your retail PS4 to the same update that your 5.05 PS4 is on, and then you can join their games. Or if you have a friend who has a 5.05 PS4, they can host on XBS Link over LAN or Xlink Kai over LAN, and then you can again downgrade your game version to the same version they're on and join them on Xlink Kai or XBS Link over the internet and be able to join their modded games. And lots of different reasons there to install older updates on your PS4. So how do we do this? So there's quite a lot of steps involved, but bear with me, I'll walk you through it step by step. It does take a little while to get set up with it, but once you have it set up, it's easy to do for other games. So I'm going to use Black Ops 3 as an example because I have a 5.05 PS4 that's hosting a modded game on LAN on Black Ops 3 right now on 1.26, and I want to be able to join that game. So I'm going to show you guys how I got this game back down to 1.26 so that I'm able to join my game on 5.05. So first thing you want to do is delete the game. So delete the game if it's a disk game and eject it, and then put the disk back in and wait for it to load back up. Now what this will do is this will reset your game back to the base version, back to 1.00, because if you already had the latest update installed, you can't downgrade the update back down to 1.26. You have to go back to the base version of the game and then update it from there to 1.26 in my case, or whichever game version you're doing for whatever game. This is not just for Black Ops 3, obviously you can do this on any PS4 game, but as you can see we're now back to 1.00. And if it starts trying to download the latest update, just go to your notifications, go to your downloads and just pause the update or delete it so that it doesn't install the latest update for the game. And now you are all set and ready to go. So if we head over to our computer and make sure you download the two programs I have here, they'll be linked in the description. You want UWAMP, which allows you to run a local server on your computer. So you're going to download that, just download the zip version here. And then you're also going to want to download PS3 proxy server that I'll link in the description. But this is not the normal PS3 proxy server. This one contains this extra program in here, which is basically this program, PS4 PC remote server. But this is actually an older version. So this is the official version of the program, but it's an older version. I'm not sure where to get this specific version 5.0, so it's just included in this PS3 proxy server download. So once you have those downloaded, just extract them to your desktop just like that. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be tricking the PS4 into thinking it's downloading the latest update from PSN, from Sony servers, but in reality it's going to be downloading an older update from our local server that's running on the computer. So that is how this is going to work, and we need to make the URL, the link of our server, identical to the link on PSN on Sony's servers so that we can trick the PS4 into thinking it's downloading from the official servers when it's actually not. So that is how this is going to work. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to run PS3 proxy. So we're going to run the proxy GUI, and we're just going to set the IP address here to the IP address of your computer, the local IP address of your computer. So if you don't know how to get that, just open the start menu, type in CMD, press enter. That'll open the command prompt. You just type in ipconfig, press enter, and then your IP addresses will be in here. So I'm connecting to the internet with my Wi-Fi, my wireless adapter. So this IP address here is the IP address that I would normally use. So you just paste in the IP address of your computer and you're good to go. Now I'm actually using internet connection sharing to share my computer's internet connection with the PS4. So I have a kind of different weird setup. So for me, I'm going to use the IP address of my Ethernet adapter instead. But for most people, you will just use the IP address of your computer that you're using to connect to the router with. That's the IP address you'll want to use, and you'll be good to go. Then you're going to tick the PS3 mode box and then click start and go to the logs. Nothing should show up in here yet. Now we go back to our PS4 and we need to make the PS4 connect through that proxy server. So we're going to go to our settings. We're going to go down to our network settings. Then we are going to set up an internet connection, use whichever method you normally use, Wi-Fi or LAN cable, then choose custom, and then go automatic, do not specify, automatic, just basically automatic default for everything until you get to the proxy server. And this time we're going to say that we want to use a proxy server. Then you're going to want to enter the IP address of your computer, the same IP address you put into the PS3 proxy program, into the address box, and then the port number, which defaultly is 8888, unless you changed it, of course, the same port number that's in the proxy server program. And then we're going to click next and we're done. So now we can test the internet connection and make sure that we're connected. When you do this, you should notice a bunch of logs and web addresses popping up in the logs section of the proxy server application. So as you can see, we're successful on all of our connection attempts, so we're good. We can now back out again. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to find the link. We need to find the link that the PS4 is reaching out to grab the latest update for Black Ops 3. So to do that, we're just going to press options on the game and select the option to check for an update, and then go to downloads and quickly pause that update. So there we go, the update's now paused, it's not going to install. But what you should notice on the PS3 proxy application, you should notice that there's a lot more information showing up in here. So what we're going to look for is the package file. All the updates are in package files. So you can see right here, it's got Black Ops 3 game 0000-A0133. So we know that that's a package file for Black Ops 3, and we know that it's the update because it says 0133, so that means 1.33, update version 1.33. So what we want to do is copy one of these files, one of the package file links. So I'll grab this one here, that's _0.pkg. We'll just go ahead and copy it. I don't recommend copying the one that says -dp at the end. Just go with the one that's just either _0.pkg at the end, or it's, you know, v0100.pkg. Copy that link right there, and then we're going to paste that into a notepad document, and I'm going to paste that twice into a notepad document. I'll explain why later. So what we want to do is, with this bottom link, is we need to dissect this into the individual folders that are on the server, because we need to recreate on our local server the same directory structure that is on the official server for PlayStation.net for this update. So to do that, we're going to run uamp or uwamp, and if we click browser www, that should open the default page just to show that it's working. As you can see, it's working. and that is located in the www directory. So if I delete the stuff in the www directory and then refresh, you can see it's now blank. So we've got our blank server. So we need to recreate this directory structure. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is create a new line at every /, just so that we can clearly define the different folders that we need to create on our server. So every time there's a /, I'm just hitting return. I'm putting these on a new line. That way we can clearly see all the different folders that we have to create on our local server in order to match the official server. So we're going to first of all create this gs2 folder. So there we go, gs2, and then this ppkgo folder. I'm going to create that, and then prod, new folder, prod, then the title ID of the game, followed by 39. Obviously this is going to be different depending on the update in the game. Got this big hash folder, and then another folder with F, and then the update is supposed to go in here. Okay, so now we have the structure all set up and correct. The next thing we need to do is download the update that we want to install. So in that case, I want to install update version 1.26. So it's kind of hard to find the updates, because the thing is, the older updates are still on the server. So all the older updates are still on Sony's official servers. It's just the PS4 doesn't go to them to download them anymore. It just downloads the latest one. So they're still there. So you can find sites like this, which has catalogued a lot of games, DLC, and update links from Sony's servers. There's other sites as well you can go to. I'll probably link a few in the description if I can find some other ones. So what you want to do is find the update in one of these big lists here. So to do that, so what you want to do is find the package file here that we got from the actual link that it was trying to download from, because this way we know, you know, the right game version, the right title ID that we're trying to download. So in my case, it's CUSA 02624 is the title ID of this version of the game that I have. So I'm going to search for that title ID right here in this list, and as you can see, here it is here. This is the full game though, which is not what we want. We want the update. So I'm going to scroll down further, and here's all the updates. So you can see A0123, that's update 1.23, 1.24, 1.25, 1.26 is right here. This is the one I want. So I'm going to copy all of the links here. You need to download all the different parts. So you can see there's part 0, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. You want to download all of these. Now you could just paste each link into your browser individually, and you can see it starts downloading. But that's a really inefficient way of doing it. I would recommend getting a download manager where you can just copy all of the links here, like JDownloader 2, which I'll link in the description. With this one, you can right click in the link grabber and add new links, and that will paste in all the links that you copied for all the different parts, and then you just click continue, and that will add them all into the link grabber right there. And then when you click the play button, it will start downloading them all one by one until they're all downloaded. And as you can see, I've already downloaded them before in here, and they're all downloaded. Once you have them all downloaded, you can just right click on one of them and click open download directory. And that will take you to the location where you have all of those parts downloaded. So what I'm going to do is copy them now, and then I'm going to paste them into this location on our server, so that we have all of the package files in the right place. So the next thing we need to do is get the JSON data for the package file as well, because that is a crucial part. There is a JSON file that the PS4 reads in order to know what package files to install in what order. The JSON file contains like stuff for security checks, like it's got the hashes of the files and the file size, and if any of that information is wrong, it's not going to download the package files. So in order to get the JSON data, if we just head back here, copy one of these links again for the update that we're downloading. Okay, so if I paste this update into the browser, instead of trying to download the package file, if we go to the end of the file here where it's got .pkg, if you have an underscore 0 or underscore 1 or 2 or 3 or any number, you want to delete that and then change the .pkg at the end so that it's .json for JSON, and then press enter, and that will take you to the JSON file right there. So you can see it's got the hashes for all the files for the 1.26, and the file size right here is all there. So we need this file, so we're going to right click and save as, and save it to that same location on our server, the same place we're putting the package files. So if we go back to our server here, you can see we now have the JSON file in here as well as the package files that we're currently copying over. Okay, so now we have it all downloaded. So we're almost there, guys. There's just a couple more steps. Don't worry. Like I said, there's quite a lot of steps in this, but we are just about done. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy the package file name from the one that the PS4 was trying to download initially, the 1.33 update, and then we're going to rename the 1.26 ones on our server to the same name. So we're just going to rename these. It's package file 1, package file 2, package file 3. So now they're all going to appear as though they are the 1.33 update. And then we also have to do the same with the JSON file as well, right there. So now it's the same. So then the last step, and this is why I copied 2 links in here. We're going to take the top link that we haven't broken apart, that we copied to our Notepad document, the actual download link for 1.33 part 0, and we're going to open the JSON file in Notepad++ or Notepad. You know, it doesn't matter if you don't have Notepad++, just use Notepad. You're going to open that up, and we're going to change the links in here, because you can see we've got URL and then we've got the download link, and this is obviously the download link for 1.26. So we're going to change that by highlighting this and pasting in the one for 1.33. And then we have to do that with each of these links that are in here, depending on how many parts there are. So this one's part 1. Make sure you rename it. And now we're just going to save that. And we can now close. And there we go. So that's it. So now the server, everything on here is identical. There's only one thing that's different right now from the official one right here and our own server. This is the problem right now. You can see the only thing that's different, even though we've got all the folder structures correct and we've got all the files inside here that are correct, the one thing that's not correct right now is, of course, the actual website address, because on this server it's my IP address, and on the official server it's, you know, this g2wwprod download playstation.net. That is where this other program comes in inside the PS3 proxy server. If you run this program, this will redirect this website address to your server. So if you just click start, that will start the process. So if I copy this link now and I go back on here and I paste the link in, press enter, as you can see, it takes me to my server. If it doesn't take you to your server, it could just be because your browser has cached the official page and therefore it's just loading the cached version. So, you know, to test, you can do Control-Shift-N, which will open in incognito mode, and then go to the address in incognito mode. Don't know why it took so long there, but as you can see, it is working, taking me to the server. So there we go. So now our download link, if I paste in this download link we got from the PS4, the download link that the PS4 was trying to download the update from in the first place, if I paste that update into my browser, as you can see, it downloads the part, and it's only going to take 2 minutes because it's not actually downloading from the official server, it's downloading from the local server on my computer. That's why it's downloading so fast. So there we go, that works. So now that should be sufficient enough to trick the PS4 into thinking it's downloading from the official servers when it's actually downloading from our local server, because our local server, the link to our file on the local server is identical to the one from Sony's official servers. And we've got the JSON data and everything set up correctly as well, so the PS4 will be able to download it properly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back over to our PS4 again, and this time we're going to delete the 1.33 update that it was trying to download initially. Just get rid of that. And then we're going to just press options and check for update again, since we're still connecting through that server. Go to downloads, and as you can see, it's now downloading from our server. You notice it doesn't have the icon, it doesn't have the game icon, because that's not required. You can add an icon to show up. If you add it to the server, it will show up in the download section here, but you don't have to though. It's not required. Okay, so here we go. So we're almost done. Just a couple of seconds left. There we go. And it is installed, and it says 1.33, but if we check our information, as you can see, we are on 1.26. So we have successfully installed an older update onto our PS4, on a retail PS4, not a modded PS4. But of course you can do this on 5.05 as well. So all we have to do now is run the game just to make sure it is working. And of course it's going to try and download the update again because it realizes that we're not on the latest update. Well, it'll fail to install, but it will still try and download it. So just go ahead and pause the download. That'll stop it from downloading, and it'll stop it from, you know, constantly bugging you and trying to download the update every 5 minutes. Okay, and there you go. As you can see, I'm on the 1.26 update. We've got 90.0.0.0. You can see that I have my 5.05 PS4 hosting a game on Black Ops 3, and to prove it's a 5.05 PS4, when we get into the game here, you'll see mods and stuff to show that it's definitely a 5.05 PS4 on 1.26 as well. And yeah, so that's basically it. That's how you install older updates on your PS4 games. For, you know, if you're on a retail PS4, as I said, it's useful just to install an older update so that you can access some content that was maybe removed in a future update, or to access some glitches or something that's no longer available because it's been patched in a newer update. And if you're on a 5.05 PS4, you can use it to update your disc games to the latest version that's installable on 5.05 without having to update your firmware version. And of course you can also use it to connect retail PS4s to 5.05 PS4s over LAN play by downgrading your retail PS4 down to the same update your 5.05 PS4 is on, so you can join a LAN game like we're doing right here. Or of course you can go on XPS Link or XLink Kai to connect to a friend who's on a 5.05 PS4 who is hosting on an older update. You can drop your PS4 update down to the same version and play online with them over on a modded game or something like that. So yeah, pretty awesome. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video or found the information useful. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next video.